In today's video, I'm discussing the works of a very popular Indian novelist named Durjoy Datta. If you are interested in seeing the kind of books he writes, seeing the kind of books he has written and what they are about and what they are like, then keep watching this video. Hi there, I'm Manpita. I make book related videos on this channel. If you like books, make sure you subscribe, follow me on my social media and turn your notifications on because I make videos every odd day all about books. All about books. If you love books, you have to subscribe to me. So today's video is going to be slightly more chatty than my usual videos because there are a lot of things I need to tell. I have 10 plus books that need to be featured in this video. So obviously it's going to be a long video, but I'll try to keep it as concise as possible. I have made a similar video about Paulo Coelho books, who is one of my favorite authors, and I'll link it down below if you want to check out that video as well. But in this video, I'm going to feature a lot of books. Actually, I tried to cover all the works of Durjoy Datta, and I haven't read all the books of the author. I have read a select few books of the author, and I'll tell you which ones I've read, what I think about them. Rest, I'll just give you an introduction of what the book is about. So before I begin, you should know that the usual style of Durjoy Datta is contemporary fiction, normal romance novels which are written for youth. So if you are like an adult who likes serious kind of romance, you may not like his book. So go into them if you are his audience, okay? Moreover, all the teenagers, all the people who are in college, you are going to enjoy his books a lot. He's known for attracting that kind of audience, and if you are that kind of person, then you need to keep watching this video. And do hit a thumbs up before that because I'm making this video just for you. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. Number one book of this author that I read was, of course, I Love You Till I Find Someone Better. So basically, this book was recommended to me by a friend, and this is a story about two people, Dave and Avantika, and at that time I totally believed this is the actual story of the author, but of course it's a fiction, but inspired from Durjoy Datta and his now wife Avantika. I am assuming that myself. Basically, this first book is all about the budding romance between Dev and Avantika and how their relationship is like. And there are quite absurd things that happen in their relationship. I think that India Gate scene was in this book, which I'm like, this doesn't happen in real life. My ratings for, of course, I Love You Till I Find Someone Better are not there. But you should know that after I read that book, I ordered about 5 more books of the author. I loved the book so much. Now you can guess what my ratings were at that time because at that time I didn't use Goodreads that often. This is happening like years ago, so I cannot really track where those books went, but I have these 3 left. Number 1, that is the second book the author wrote, was Now That You Are Rich, Let's Fall in Love. It's about this set of people who are set for life in a job that is going to pay them very well, so they are very good friends until recession hits and they all lose their jobs, or some of them lose their jobs. I have read this book, but I totally do not remember the plot. And it's again a very nice book. I enjoyed reading it, but again, there are just a few books of the author that I would say everybody should read, and I would tell you when that book comes up. The previous one that I mentioned is one of those books, but this one is like, it's a good enough novel if you want to read it. Something based around recession and about friendship, which is more about money than real friendship. That is the kind of book this is. Then came She Broke Up, I Didn't by Durjoy Datta. This is again a Deb and Avantika novel where Deb cheats on Avantika, and the story goes from then onwards. The book deals with the concept of infidelity, love, lust, and all that stuff. And I actually enjoyed this book a lot. I actually gave this to a friend to read, and then friend didn't like it and made a lot of fun of me. I do not like those readers which make fun of other readers for liking a book. I loved it. So what? I loved it. Next is Oh Yes, I Am Single. Do note that there are some co-authors in the book as well. You can see those on the cover. But I usually mention just one author. Like, this is a video about the Durjoy Datta books. Okay, that's why co-author is not being mentioned. But the book is about this guy who was very fat in his childhood, but when he goes to college, he completely transforms himself. And that's where, you know, the tale of love, relationships, and all that stuff starts. Again, a college romance novel. If you are into those kind of novels, you may like this book. I have read it, do not remember a thing about it. Then there is another book, You Were My Crush, which I'll put over here. I again do not remember a thing about it, but I do remember I had this book, and this should be somewhere in my house. So if I find it someday, I'll talk about it. But again, if you want to know about it, make sure you keep subscribed to me and keep watching my videos. Next book is again something which I do not have right now. I had that book. Somebody took it from me. But the book is If It's Not Forever, It's Not Love by Durjoy Datta. The book was recommended to me by my trusted bookseller in Sector 43 Chandigarh bus stand. And I just picked up this book. I was like, okay, let's read it. And this became one of my favorite books. I have actually reviewed this book in one of my previous blogs, which you guys do not know about if you are my regular viewer, except Bhargavi, of course. So I'll link the review down below. That is not a review, that is just me expressing how much I loved the book when I started reading it. And this book is really good. This book is about a guy named Dev, who in the story was one of the many unfortunate people that were there during the bomb blast in Chandni Chowk, Delhi. And there he finds a diary which seems to be of this Ashik, I would say, this guy madly in love, and he's probably dead. And Dave sets out in search of a story with his girlfriend and a couple of friends. That is a really fun part to read, like the stuff those friends do. But they go on this search to find the girl this guy was in love with, and just to tell her that he loved you so much and he's dead now and all that stuff. There are a lot of surprises in this book, and I absolutely loved this book. This is like the second book which I think everybody should read of Durjoy Datta. So after this time, after I bought this set of 5 books and I was like reading, obsessed about Durjoy Datta, I just got of like, okay, now I'm not reading Durjoy Datta anymore. So a lot of books came out. One was Till the Last Breath. This book is about a girl who is suffering through ALS and about a guy who is going through a very severe drug abuse problem. And this is the love story of these people. I actually really appreciate the fact that after this point in author's writing life, he started experimenting with characters that were different than the usual normal girl meets boy characters, which I absolutely loved. So the next book that came out of the author was Someone Like You. This was a basic contemporary novel revolving around romance, relationships, love, and all. Then came Hold My Hand, which is about this guy who is suffering through an advanced case of being an introvert. He cannot really express himself except when it's in the books, and it is his story revolving around again love, relationships, and stuff. Then came When Only Love Remains, which is a story in which the girl is a flight attendant and the guy is a rising music superstar, and this is a story about them. There are 2 other books which I want to mention before I start with the 3 books that I really loved again. One is Our Impossible Love, which is a story of a girl named Aisha who goes through the period of self-discovery. Like the story begins with young Aisha and she growing up and she discovering herself, she discovering love and all that stuff. And the other one which I think I should read, like I should read this book because it sounds so interesting. It is The Girl of My Dreams, which is about this guy who wakes up after a coma and he remembers instances of this girl who was with him when he was into a car crash, and this girl just disappears once his accident happens. So he starts thinking about her. He doesn't remember everything about her, and he starts writing about her, and then he gets a book deal where he just sells himself out and he completely changes the story, and now he's being stalked by some person who is saying that she is the girl. So this is like a stalkish kind of thriller kind of novel, I would say. Like before I started making this video and researched about it, I didn't know that the author had written a sort of thriller, romantic thriller. But if it is that kind of thriller, I would definitely love to read it. So maybe someday, guys, maybe someday. Now coming to giving another chance to Durjoy Datta a couple of years back. So everybody was talking about him and I knew he was experimenting with different kind of books, different type of characters, which is why I felt like I should give it a try once again. So I picked up World's Best Worst Boyfriend. Now I do not have the copy of the book because I gave it away to one of you. You're welcome. Basically what I loved about this book is the story. The love story is about damaged characters. The guy is having serious family issues and he is not the guy you would usually fall in love with now at this point of time in his life. And the girl has serious body image issues because of her skin disease. This is about how these characters often hurt each other. They are in love, but they keep hurting each other and their story. And it's a really nice story about these two people who are actually in love, but being the teenagers, being these people, stupid people, they just fail to recognize that and willingly or unwillingly start hurting each other. That is like a really good book to read. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. You should definitely check it out. And then comes the books that made me fall in love with Durjoy Datta's writing again. And drum rolls, please. I'm not going to put the music. I do not have time for fancy editing these days, okay? But The Boy Who Loved by Durjoy Datta, a very dark, gloomy kind of romance. Not dark, gloomy. Like throughout this book, you have a very heavy heart. The writing is impeccable. The writing is so good in this book. It is narrated from Raghu's point of view, and he talks about his family, he talks about him falling in love and all that stuff, and it is really, really, really good. I loved this book so much. I have reviewed it. We'll link it down below. Do check out the review or in the I button as well, okay? This book is something which I absolutely loved. if you have read Durjoy Datta before and you are disappointed with his writing, pick this up again and you'll change your mind. If you haven't read him before, pick this up, guys. If you're like, okay, I do not read these kind of authors, pick this up, guys. Just pick up this book, okay? After this, the sequel of this book was The Boy with a Broken Heart. Now, I loved the first book, The Boy Who Loved. So I had like super high expectations, like so high they are going out of frame. And when this book came out, first of all, the perspective changes, so the writing style changes. And I loved Raghu's writing style. I loved Raghu. I loved listening to him. And this one was like, okay, so this came from out of the frame to in the frame kind of thing. So I really like this book still. I really loved it. Now, seriously, a request to the author. If you are watching this, please, can you please explain to us if there's a third book that we can wait for? Or did you just leave the book like that? If you did, then we are not even going to talk to you. We are not talking to you because that is so cruel. That is, think about all the adjectives to describe cruel. That is that, okay? That is what I think about these two books, guys. This duology is something you should read. If it's gonna be a trilogy, it's even better. But duology, you need to read, okay? And lastly, guys, I have The Perfect Us by Durjoy Datta, which is the latest release of the author. This is again a Dev and Avantika novel discussing their relationship and all that stuff. And I am really excited to read it once again because now that I'm done with my years of break of reading Durjoy Datta books, I really want to read more because of the duology that you need to read, okay? You need to read. These are pretty much all the works of Durjoy Datta except for his screenwriting work, and there's this Buster series or some Buster series, okay, that he contributed to. But this video has all the books he has written so far. So if you're a Durjoy Datta fan, I think you would love this video. Do hit a thumbs up for this video because you now know all the books that he has written and that you can read and what they're about, because mostly we know the names, but what they're about, who is going to tell us that? Because if you don't know what the characters are about, you wouldn't know if you would like this love story or not, right? So give me a thumbs up for that. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Do you like this little series that I'm doing? I did it with Polo Color books as well. I do it with the authors that I've read quite a bit. Like I have read a lot of books by Durjoy Datta. That's why I made this video. So I may do it for other authors that I have read a lot. So let me know if you want me to cover some author. I'll try to work on it in the comments down below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Madhvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon. I hope my mic is actually catching this background music. But anyway, if you're watching this video till now, I love you. I love you so much, which is why I have an opportunity for you to win this book, Hemis. So basically, I have a lot of books on my bookshelf and I just want to get rid of the ones that I do not want to read or I do not want to read again, okay? So this is one of those books that HarperCollins sent me. I actually gave away one copy of the book to you guys. And I still have 2 copies because I was so lazy to send the book. So I sent the book from the Amazon to the winner and I still have 2 copies of this book. So I'm giving away 1 copy of this once again. To win this copy, all you have to do is share this video on Twitter or Facebook and tag me, okay? I'll mention my handles down below, so tag me so that I know you shared and one of you can win this book. So all you need to do to win a free book right now, this Hemis by Madhu Tandon, is share this video. So do it right now and I hope the odds are in your favor. Is that the right line? I was trying to say that Hunger Games line. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Bye. The winner would be announced in the next video. So make sure you catch my next video as well. Bye bye. No signature line this time.